Good evening. Welcome to the Fixed Wing Guide channel. My name's Stuart Lomas. Not been a good day today. Been quite ill today, but that gave me a chance this afternoon to just sit and watch a bit of rubbish TV and catch up on my planner recordings on Sky. I'm sure that you've had days like that where you just wish you could clear some of the rubbish. And I've also watched a few YouTube channels about all sorts of things, but obviously about our pet subject of watches. And I have a feeling this is going to be a short video, because all it's here to do is ask a question, and the question has been brought forward by watching all these videos this afternoon, because there are so many people out there who go across the whole gamut of watch collecting and this new phrase of horology. And my question is, what actually defines something as a prestige or luxury or horology timepiece? Now, in your answers, I don't want you to say, well, it's Patek Philippe, or well, it's Rolex, or so on and so forth. And I don't want you to say that, well, they've all got in-house movements, because another part that pushed me to ask this question is that surely in-house movements in the cold light of day are variants of existing movements. Since the invention of watch measuring implements, timepieces, chronometers, all that's actually happened is that the cogs and wheels and springs and balances and rotors have all been refined. They've got better, the quality of the materials has got better, the precision in which we can actually manufacture them has got better. But basically, a movement is a movement is a movement. And if you look at it in the very cold light of day, you are looking at variants of ETA movements and so on. So I don't want people to come back with the answer of, oh yes, of course, well, it's because it's got an in-house movement. So if we take a cue from a previous video of mine, I think it was the second one I ever made, which basically says is if you look at a wristwatch, let's say for instance just a Chinese automatic watch right next door to a Rolex Submariner, for instance. They're both made of 316L surgical steel. They both have a dial, they both have a bezel, they both have a bracelet, or they both have a strap. They both have a movement inside, they both have fingers, they're both automatic. Yes, okay, the BPH rate varies a little bit. But if you take it down to the bare essentials, that is what you've got. You've got those little things all put together in one neat package, and from the outside it doesn't make any difference. If you've got I'm sorry to talk about this, but let's say you've got a Chinese replica of a Rolex Submariner, and you've got an actual Rolex Submariner. To the untrained eye, they look, if not completely identical, they look very similar. And the only way you would know is by have a little bit of expertise in watches, or you take the back off and have a look what's in there. So given the fact that we're not going to look inside the watch, and you say, oh yes, of course, because this is an in-house movement, and you know it's got a certain caliber, and it's got more jewels, and forget that. The question is, what actually defines one being the lowest of the low, and the other being the highest of the high. If there's one defining thing, and please don't make it the name. It's a lot of badge. There's a lot of badge going on, and please don't make it the price. Let's say that we're talking about exactly the same watches, or the exactly same type of watches, that you've got a cheap Chinese diver at one end and a Rolex Submariner at the other. That's what we're talking about. So what makes one, in the parlance of Archie, dog shit, and what makes the other one horterology? So it's a simple question with what I consider quite a complex answer, I guess, but please don't say it is the movement, because all it is are variances of original movements. We've just got better at making them, that's all. They've both got dials, they've both got fingers, they've both got a second hand, they've both got a bezel, they're both made of 316L surgical steel, and so on and so forth. But why is one the lowest of the low, and the other one is what is being called horterology these days? Interesting thing that came to the fore after watching lots of little clips this afternoon, because Thomas was talking about it, and he was saying more or less the same thing, is that at the end of the day, something like a Steinhardt at €350 is, for somebody, as good a value and as good a quality as would be viewed a Rolex by somebody else. So let me know what your thoughts are. I'm a little bit befuddled by this, because I'm not a watch snob, I'm not a watch expert, and I think it's about, I'm a great one who works against badge. I don't understand I have to own something that has a certain badge or a certain label or the Nike tick or whatever it is. I don't like badge. So if it's badge, then I don't get it. So as I don't get it, tell me what it is. Thanks a lot for watching. Put your comments and questions down below. If you want to ask me via video, even better, make a video and tell me exactly what it is. Thank you very much for watching this nonsense, as always. Thank you for those who've subscribed today, since I made one this morning, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye bye.